My name is Caroline. I'm 53 years old. I've lived most of my life quietly. Married young, raised a son, worked part-time at the local library, and baked more banana bread than I care to admit. Love, for me, was always about duty and comfort, not excitement or mystery. I was content, or at least I convinced myself I was. I thought surprises were for people in novels or movies, not for women like me. But then, one evening, when the house was still and I thought I had everything under control, something happened. I never thought something like this could happen to me. Please, don't make the same mistake I did. It was a Saturday evening in early October, one of those days where the sun sets a little earlier and the breeze carries just enough chill to remind you that summer is truly gone. The house was unusually quiet. My son Daniel had gone out with his friends to a movie, and my husband was on a work trip. Again, that had become the norm lately, his absence humming beneath everything like background noise. I just settled into the couch in my cozy, oversized cardigan with a cup of chamomile tea. The glow of the television flickered against the walls, but I wasn't really watching. I was flipping through old photo albums, something I did more often than I cared to admit. Pictures of Daniel with missing teeth, Halloween costumes, birthdays. I smiled at one of them and met his best friend, Evan, holding a crooked Lego tower with such pride. They must have been 7 or 8 back then. I was lost in that memory when the doorbell rang. At first, I thought it must be Daniel. Maybe he forgot his key. But when I opened the door, I was greeted by someone taller, broader. It was Ivan. He stood there, his hands shoved into the pockets of his hoodie, his face illuminated by the porch light. He looked older, not the boy from the picture anymore. There was a quiet tension in his shoulders, a weight in his expression that told me this wasn't a casual visit. Ivan, is everything all right? I asked, stepping aside. Hey, Mrs. Cole, he said with a sheepish smile. Sorry, I know it's late. I didn't know where else to go. There was something in his voice that made me open the door wider without hesitation. Come in, sweetheart. You're always welcome here. He stepped inside, brushing past me, and I caught a whiff of something. Maybe cologne, maybe just autumn and cold air. I shut the door behind him and followed him into the living room. We sat. He didn't touch his tea, just held the cup in both hands as if to warm them. I watched him from across the room, studying his jawline, the slight scruff, the way his brow furrowed. Daniel's not home, I said gently, unsure if that would change anything. I know, he replied, then added after a pause, I didn't come to see him. That surprised me. I blinked. Oh, he exhaled slowly, eyes still fixed on the untouched tea. I don't want to dump all this on you, but my parents are fighting again. It's bad this time. I just needed, I don't know, somewhere quiet. I nodded, my heart softening. I knew what that felt like. The ache of tension at home, the search for peace. You are always safe here, I said. He looked up at me then, and his eyes, so familiar but different now, met mine in a way that made my breath catch just slightly. There was gratitude, yes, but something else, something unreadable. Thanks, he murmured. You always made this place feel like home. I smiled gently and reached over to squeeze his hand. It was meant to be comforting, maternal even. But the moment my fingers touched his, something shifted. He didn't pull away. Neither did I. There was a long, heavy silence. I withdrew slowly, unsure of what I was feeling. Maybe I was imagining the electricity in that brief contact, Maybe I was just lonely, and this was nothing more than a vulnerable boy needing comfort. But my pulse was louder now. I stood, more to steady myself than anything else. "Would you like to stay for dinner? I made a roast earlier. There's plenty." He smiled again, that same quiet smile. "Yeah, that sounds good." As I moved to the kitchen, I caught a glimpse of us in the reflection of the sliding glass door, me, fussing with plates, and him, still on the couch, watching me. That moment felt strange and heavy, familiar, but edged with something new I didn't know how to name. I told myself I was overthinking it, that this was just Evan. Sweet, polite Evan, who used to call me Miss C when he was little and track mud through my house without apology. But a part of me, a quiet, awakening part, wondered if tonight would be different, and if I was ready for what that meant. Dinner was quieter than I expected. I placed 2 plates on the kitchen table, roast, mashed potatoes, green beans, and lit a small candle out of habit. I didn't usually bother when I was alone, but something about even being there made me want to create a sense of comfort, of calm. Maybe it was the way he looked at me, like I was someone who could hold the world still for just a moment. He ate slowly, politely, occasionally glancing up from his plate to thank me or make a soft comment. We talked about safe things at first, his classes, Daniel's usual antics, football season. But under all of it, I felt that invisible thread tightening, pulling us closer, not physically, but in understanding. "You always cook like this?" he asked, gesturing to the plate. I smiled, sipping from my glass. "Only when I need to feel normal." He nodded like he understood. "Yeah, I get that." For a while, we just listened to the wind brush against the windows. The air was still warm from the oven, the kind that wraps around your shoulders like a blanket. But inside me, there was something else, not warmth, exactly, but anticipation. After we finished, I started clearing the dishes, and Evan followed, insisting on helping. I handed him a towel while I washed, and for a few minutes, it felt like we were playing house. Domestic, simple, quiet. But then his hand brushed mine when I passed him a wet plate, and we both froze for a split second. I looked up. So did he. The room was still, save for the soft clink of water drops into the sink. "I'm sorry," he said quietly. "For what?" "I don't know." He paused, then added, "Maybe for making this weird." I turned off the faucet, drying my hands slowly. "It's not weird, not unless we make it." He set the plate down and leaned slightly against the counter. His eyes searched mine for something. I wasn't sure what. "I didn't plan to come here," he said after a moment. I didn't want to be anywhere else." I felt something shift inside me. Not fear, not confusion, just an undeniable awareness that I wasn't just a host tonight. I wasn't just someone's mother or wife. I was Caroline, a woman who hadn't felt truly seen in years. I swallowed. "You've grown up so much, Evan." He smiled, a little shyly. "So have you." I let out a breath of disbelief, shaking my head. "Oh, please. I'm over 50. You're barely out of college." He tilted his head. "That doesn't mean I don't see you." That sentence hit me harder than I expected. Maybe because it had been so long since someone said something like that to me, without judgment, without pretense. He saw me. Not just the role I played, not just Daniel's mom, but me. A part of me, the part that had stayed quiet for too long, stirred. "I don't know what this is, I admitted, leaning against the opposite counter. Or what you're thinking. But you have to understand, this isn't something I've ever considered. I know, he said. I didn't come here with a plan. I feel safe around you. And I wanted to be near someone who made me feel real. His words lingered in the air, delicate and sharp at the same time. I turned to face the window, watching the shadows dance across the backyard. The reflection of Evan behind me, his arms crossed, head lowered slightly, made the moment feel even more fragile. I should get going, he said quietly, before this turns into something we can't take back. I didn't stop him, but I didn't ask him to leave either. Instead, I simply nodded. Let me at least pack you some leftovers. He stood in the kitchen doorway as I scooped food into a Tupperware, my back to him, hands shaking ever so slightly. When I turned to hand it to him, our fingers touched again, and this time, the tension didn't feel accidental. It felt chosen. His eyes held mine longer than they should have. Good night, Mrs. Cole. My throat was dry. Good night, Evan. And just like that, he was gone. I closed the door, leaned against it, and closed my eyes. The silence of the house now felt different, heavier somehow. Not lonely, exactly, but charged, as if the walls themselves were holding on to what had just happened, or nearly happened. I stood there for a long time, hand still resting on the doorknob. And all I could think was, why did I want him to come back? The next morning, I moved through the house like I was sleepwalking. The coffee brewed, the sunlight poured through the kitchen window, the radio hummed soft jazz in the background. Everything felt normal, and yet nothing did. I kept glancing at the door, half expecting Evan to be standing there again, hoodie pulled tight, eyes searching for comfort. But the hours passed, and the knock never came. Daniel returned home in the afternoon, laughing as he told me about the movie and the late-night diner run with his friends. He mentioned Evan briefly, something about him leaving early, not feeling well. I played along, nodding at the right moments, but my mind was caught in the tangle of what had happened the night before. Or maybe it was what almost happened that haunted me more. By evening, I couldn't sit still. I walked through the house picking up things that didn't need picking up, folding already folded laundry, reorganizing spices I'd memorized years ago. My heart felt like a kettle left on the stove, low and simmering, always on the edge of boiling over. Around 8 p.m., the phone buzzed. A message. Asterisk, asterisk, even. Asterisk, asterisk, asterisk K. Can I stop by for a minute? Won't stay long. Asterisk. I stared at it for longer than I should have, rereading it over and over like it was written in some foreign language. My thumbs hovered over the screen. Asterisk, asterisk, me, asterisk, 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 sure. I'm home. Asterisk. I didn't have time to change out of the old sweater I was wearing. I didn't light a candle or straighten the cushions or run a brush through my hair. I just stood there by the door until I heard his car pull into the driveway. He knocked, gentler this time. When I opened it, he looked the same, but something in his eyes had changed. He looked more sure of himself, and yet still waiting for permission to speak. I shouldn't have come last night, he said, his voice low, but I'm not sorry I did. I let that hang between us before stepping aside. Come in. He walked in slowly, like he wasn't sure how welcome he really was. I've been thinking, he continued, stopping in the middle of the living room. I don't want to make you uncomfortable. That's the last thing I want. But something's been growing inside me for a long time, and I didn't even realize it until last night. I stayed quiet. The walls felt closer than usual. My heart thudded loud in my chest. When I was younger, I always noticed how warm you were, how patient, how you looked at people like they mattered. I don't think I knew what that meant back then, but I do now. I started, but my voice caught. I know this is complicated, he said quickly, and I know you're married, and I respect that. I swear I do. But I also think we both felt something last night. I turned away from him, staring down at the fireplace mantel, the framed photos of Daniel, the souvenir snow globe from our family trip to Maine. I suddenly felt like I was being pulled in two different directions, each equally real, equally heavy. I've lived half my life for other people, I said quietly. For Daniel, for my husband, for this house, this routine. I'm not saying I regret it. But somewhere along the way, I forgot I was allowed to feel something asterisk for me asterisk. He stepped closer, not touching me, just standing there, quietly, patiently. You didn't imagine it, he said. I felt it too. And I don't expect anything from you. I just needed you to know. The next few moments passed in silence, but they were louder than anything I'd heard all day. I don't know what to do with this, I admitted. This isn't something I planned. It's not even something I understand yet. You don't have to understand it right now, he said. You just have to let yourself feel it. I turned around slowly and looked at him. Really looked at him. The boy I used to make sandwiches for. Now a man standing in front of me with honesty in his voice and something deeper in his eyes. The space between us felt smaller now. And for the first time in years, I felt seen. I need time, I said, my voice barely above a whisper. He nodded. Then I'll wait. And just like the night before, he left without asking for anything more. But this time, when the door clicked shut, I didn't feel conflicted. I felt alive. The days that followed were quiet, but not in the way they used to be. It was the kind of quiet that hummed with awareness, a constant thrum just beneath the surface. I moved through my routines as usual, grocery shopping, tidying the house, answering emails. But everything felt a little different. Lighter somehow, and heavier too. I couldn't stop thinking about Ivan. Not in a reckless, romantic way, not entirely. It was deeper than that. It was the way he'd looked at me without judgment, the way his presence had peeled back a layer I didn't even know I'd built around myself. I'd spent years dimming my own light so others could shine, and suddenly, someone had noticed. I didn't tell anyone. Not Daniel, not my sister, not the neighbor who always managed to catch me at the mailbox with the latest neighborhood gossip. I kept it close, like a fragile secret I wasn't ready to unpack yet. But I knew I had to do something. One afternoon, I found myself driving without thinking, my hands on the wheel moving as if they already knew where to go. I ended up in the old park where I used to take Daniel and Ivan when they were little, the one with the faded swings and the duck pond that always smelled faintly of alga. I parked and sat on a bench under the big elm tree that still stood strong in the center. I pulled out my phone. For a while, I just stared at the blank message screen. Then I typed, asterisk asterisk me, asterisk asterisk asterisk, in here if you want to talk. Same bench, same park, asterisk. He didn't reply right away, and for a moment, I considered driving home. But before I could start the engine, I saw his car pull into the lot. He walked toward me with calm, deliberate steps. He wasn't smiling. He looked serious, and I appreciated that. This wasn't about chasing something fleeting. It was about facing something real. He sat down beside me, leaving just enough space to breathe, but not enough to feel distant. "I didn't expect to hear from you," he said softly. "I've been thinking."